Hello guys, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Let me introduce myself. My name is Ayu Shifa, and here I want to explain about semiotic material and about icon, symbol, and index. Okay, let's discuss with I will explain about what is semiotic. And first, semiotic is a branch of linguistics which means language science. The word linguistic itself comes from the Latin lingua, which means language, and expert in linguistics is called a linguist, which means a linguist. Semiotic can also be said to be a science of signification, the study of semiotic, and in the Southern tradition, it is called semiology, which is the study of the meaning of decision. It includes the study of sign and psych, process, semiosis, indication, designation, similarity, analogy, metaphor, symbolism, meaning, and communication. Okay, next, what is the semiotic view of Charles Peirce? Charles Peirce, an American philosopher written in the 1800 years, and categories the psyche we use to communicate ideas with each other into three types: icon, index, and symbol. And the main difference between each word categories of sign is the quality of the physical relationship between the signifier and signified. For instance, the people and place in photograph will probably look like their real-life counterpart. By contrast, symbols are defined by culture and do not need to resemble their mental concept. And it is simply tradition and convention. And finally, index have some factual relationship between the signifier and signified, such as a thermometer used to indicate the temperature of the smell coming from a kitchen will suggest what is being cooked. Okay, next, what about understanding sign in semiotics? A psych is something that to someone means something else, or something that represents something other than something itself, such as a metaphor. According to Charles Sanders Peirce, the universe is either filled with signs or consists only of signs. Everything that can be seen or observed or can be made observable can be called a psych. Okay, next, let's see. There are three divided tables explaining the categories of icon, symbol, and index. And first, icon. An icon is a sign that has a similarity of even physically resembles something it represents. A sign as an icon has a simple meaning to communicate a, then it is represented by an a image, a portrait, painting that resembles a person is an icon of that person. And two, symbol. Understanding symbol or symbol are signs that represent something based on agreements, convention, either intentionally or unintentionally. For example, Gedung Sate represent Bandung. And three, index. Index is a sign that represents something based on contiguity, which is usually formed from experience, such as gray clouds are a sign of impending rain. And let's continue to see examples of the previous three tables. And first, example of icon. An icon has a close physical resemblance to what it signifies. consider the following communication icon. You should be able to recognize the radio from the first icon because it has a similar shape and the rectangles represent a message and image. The line signifies the story. It might be a little old-fashioned, but it should be fairly obvious that the second icon refers to a computer. And next, example of symbols. At the other end of this spectrum, a symbol has no resemblance between the signifier and signified at all. It is our framework of knowledge which helps us understand the meaning of these signs. Perhaps the best example or symbol are those we use to identify gender. Okay, last example of index. The third category identified by Peirce was the index. This type of sign will show some sort physical relationship with what is represent and point towards its meaning, but they will not be directly related to the signified. These signs are often caused by what they signify. And finally, I will tell you how the conclusion of this material is. And the conclusion is when you are analyzing a media text, identifying whether a signifier is an icon in or symbol could help support your interpretation of the producer intended meaning. For more information about Charles Peirce's approach to understanding signs, you should read the guide to his triadic model of communication. Okay, that's all I can say about the semiotic of icon, symbol, and index. Thanks for your attention, and if something is wrong, I apologize profusely. And wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Bye bye.